Have you ever felt your heart break just a little bit when you see a video of a sad animal? Of course you have. But what if I told you the connection you feel with a monkey hugging a stuffed toy is, in reality, a profound reflection of your own need for love and security? Today, you're going to discover how a tiny monkey named Puch unleashed a wave of global empathy, and what that says about all of us. Picture the scene. A baby macaque, with those big, expressive eyes, has just been born. But instead of finding the warmth and protection of its mother, it finds rejection. For reasons only nature understands, its mother pushes it away. The world, which should be a place of shelter, suddenly becomes cold and hostile. This is when the caretakers at the Ichikoa Zoo in Japan step in. To give it warmth and comfort, they offer it a stuffed toy. Not just any toy, a plush orangutan. What happens next is what moved the world. Puch, the monkey, doesn't just use the toy to sleep. He clings to it. He hugs it with a desperate strength, as if his life depended on it. He doesn't let go for a single moment. And when the caretakers try to wash the toy, Puch falls into a state of deep distress. The images of this tiny primate clinging to his security cloth, looking at the world with a mix of fear and hope, crossed borders and languages. Suddenly, everyone was talking about Puch. Everyone felt something for Puch. The question is, why? The answer lies in a concept called surrogate attachment. It turns out, we all carry a little Puch inside us. When a person experiences a loss, a heartbreak, or simply feels alone in a huge city, the brain desperately seeks a safe base. John Bowlby, the father of attachment theory, explained that human beings need a reference figure to provide us with protection. If that figure isn't available, we look for it anywhere. Puch found his safe base in a piece of fabric shaped like a monkey. We adults sometimes find it in a toxic relationship we can't leave, in a memory we cherish over and over, or on our phone screens, watching videos of animals that keep us company. A study published in the journal Animals in 2025 even introduced the term cyber-mediated animal attachment, demonstrating that the emotional bond we form with animals on the internet is so real it can actually alleviate loneliness. Without knowing it, Puch became a mirror reflecting our own unsatisfied emotional needs. But there's something more. When we look at Puch, we don't just see a monkey. We see a child. A lost, scared child who needs a hug. This phenomenon is called anthropomorphism, and it's our superpower and our downfall. Our brains are wired to recognize human faces and emotions. It's a skill that allowed us to survive as a species. But when we apply that filter to an animal, we assign them purely human intentions and feelings. We see sadness where there might be stress. We see love where there might be instinctive dependence. And this isn't entirely bad. In fact, this ability to project makes us more empathetic. As psychologist Oriana Aragon explains, cute things activate in us an almost violent caregiving impulse. That feeling of wanting to squeeze something until it explodes because it seems too adorable. Puch, with his baby face and fragility, activated that circuit in millions of people at the same time. What's truly fascinating is how this happens in the cold digital universe. We weren't there. We couldn't touch Puch or offer him a blanket. Yet, we felt as if he were part of our family. This is digital empathy, one of the most powerful forces of the 21st century. Social media, often criticized for fostering comparison and anxiety, became a gigantic emotional safety net for a little monkey who will never know we exist. With every like, every encouraging comment, every time we shared his story, we were, deep down, saying, I need to be taken care of too. And this is where the controversial element comes in. Because, let's be honest, it's easier to feel empathy for a cute, distant monkey than for the homeless person on our own street corner. It's cleaner, simpler, less confrontational. Puch allows us to feel like good people without getting our hands dirty. Is this type of armchair activism valid? Or is it just a sophisticated way of looking the other way while staring at a screen? And yet, Despite this contradiction, the bond is real. Our brain doesn't fully distinguish between a real threat and an imagined one, nor does it entirely tell the difference between a flesh and blood friend and an animal we became a fan of on TikTok. The hormone involved here is oxytocin, the same one released when we hug a loved one. Seeing Puch hugging his toy generates an oxytocin spike in us that makes us feel connected, protected, and calm. It's a balm for modern anxiety. Fortunately, Puch is on his way to a happy ending. Little by little, with the patience of his caretakers, he's learning to integrate with other monkeys. He no longer needs the toy so desperately. He's discovering that the world can be a safe place. His story, which began with abandonment, is becoming a lesson in resilience. And we, the global spectators, have witnessed his healing process. We see ourselves reflected in his vulnerability and are inspired by his small, great struggle. Next time you feel a lump in your throat watching a rescued animal video, don't ignore it. Ask yourself, what part of me is responding to this? Because deep down, we are all a little like Puch. We're all looking for something to hold on to when the storm rages. We all need an emotional security blanket to remind us we're not alone. And perhaps, just perhaps, recognizing that in ourselves is the first step toward offering that same comfort to those who are physically close to us. If this story has stirred something inside you, if you ever felt that an animal on the internet understood you better than the people around you, I want you to share it in the comments. I want to know which animal has stolen your heart and why. And if this journey through the psychology of our emotions has fascinated you as much as it has me, hit like and subscribe so we can continue discovering the secrets of our minds together. I'll see you in the next video.